Welcome back, viewers. You're still watching The Press, and we're reaching you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. We've now been joined by our guest. I told you, someone who never misses his word, Richard Oriri, who's a public affairs analyst and a political analyst. You're welcome to the studio this morning.
It's my pleasure. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're looking so gorgeous.
Thank you. You too. And I'm expecting some fire. I know you always come with fire. All right, viewers, don't forget that our phone lines are now open for you to call in and join the conversation this morning as it progresses. Mr. Richard, there's quite a lot of stories that made the rounds today, but I want us to start from what is currently affecting every Nigerian, not even in a particular state, not even when they say, I'm not partisan, I am partisan, which is the issue of fuel or no fuel. Now, there's this headline on the front page of Vanguard that says, NNPCL/Dangote, fresh dispute emerges over supply volume. The first dispute was over the pricing. The NNPCL said they bought for 898 naira. Dangote said that is not true. There was no receipt to indicate who's telling the truth and who's not. But there was also an indication that they transacted in US dollar, not in naira. So that's one case on one side. And then the second one is about the volume of fuel that was supplied. One says we supplied this and the other says we supplied that. And we have NNPC pegging the price at a particular amount. I think for Lagos it's about 950 naira, and for other locations there are different prices. But we also have the human rights lawyer Femi Falana saying it is illegal for NNPCL to fix a price for Dangote fuel. Let's get your thoughts on this drama here and there.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Nigerians. The issue between NNPC and Dangote, I think personally as a Nigerian, I am very happy seeing what is happening now. Okay. And the reason I say that I'm very happy seeing what is happening now is because, one, at least NNPC have seen someone who is a Nigerian that is putting them to check. Before now, they don't give account to Nigerians. They can come on their own, just say anything they want to say. We take it, hook, line, and sinker. But today, we have a refinery that is owned by a Nigerian, managed by a Nigerian, who is seeing the rot in the NNPC. And from what is happening, the monopoly of NNPC is being broken now, and they are not happy. So they are fighting to see how, you know, before now, there was this talk about Dangote not refining good oil, that is refining giving it one kind name to make Nigerians feel that they will not buy bad product and all of that. But we are done with that. That is behind us today now. Of course. But for the fact that Dangote is hitting them hard to say what you are saying is lie, shows at least we have representative in that department now. And for the price hike or price difference that they are talking about, NNPC want to be the sole supplier of fuel to Nigerians. But is that even right? It's not right. It's not right. But we have, and that is one of the reasons you see that our refineries have not been working all this while. They are the reason why Nigerian refineries have not been working, and that is what they are openly telling Nigerians from the argument going on between NNPC and the Dangote refinery. So now I think from underground, I think the presidency is aware of what is going on. Of course. And I think they are seeing that it's very difficult to just flush everyone in NNPC out presently. But with time, strategically, they will be flushed out. And Nigerians would like it. Nigerians would want a situation where all the eggs, the bad eggs in NNPC will be flushed out and new people will be injected into the system. And from the happening too, Dangote, I heard Dangote saying that NNPC should hold on, that they should not be faster than their shadow. What they are selling now is crude that they bought in dollars. Yes. And they have to exhaust that before the new price will come on board. Yes. And the new price will be pronounced by the president, possibly on the 1st of October 2024. President will make a national broadcast that day, and possibly maybe that day the new price of petroleum will be announced. And that's why you see filling stations being scanty. Some people, they are even rushing to sell the ones they have because they don't know how much the president will announce. Maybe he may even come up to say it's 500. And if that happened, I am suspecting as well that we are going into another possibly subsidy regime.
That's what
because subsidy regime, because the presidency may go into agreement with Dangote.
Okay.
If you are to sell your fuel for 700 naira, please sell for 500. Federal government will be giving you 200 naira.
All right, let's quickly take this. Let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
You're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from. You have just 60 seconds.
Yes, my name is Shegun. I'm calling from Akute, Nigeria.
All right, Mr. Shegun, go ahead.
Now, you see, it's a shame to NNPC that a private sector will have a refinery. And then they will go there and start getting fuel. When their own refinery could not work. We have 3 refineries in this country, and people are resuming there every day, and they are paying their salary. End of the day, nothing is coming up from that refinery. Now, a private sector has its own business. Now, if you want to dominate it, it doesn't work. And then, so unfortunately, Mr. President is the Minister of Fuel, right? He could not do anything. Look how now they are not saying that they are the one to only NNPC could be able to get a fuel for Dangote refinery.
Sure.
Where it's gone? Yeah. There is no sincerity in this NNPC of a thing. And there's a shame at this century we're talking about a petrol subsidy, fuel price, where some other countries are not developing themselves to go on something different.
All right.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shegun. Your statement is rightly noted. Thank you so much. You know, this issue of NNPC not being ashamed of themselves buying fuel, that's what most Nigerians have been talking about.
It's a shame. Terabush is a shame. You know, for 13 years, NNPC have spent 11.35 trillion servicing these moribund refineries that are not working. 11.35 trillion in 13 years. And they cannot account for it. What do they use it for? What do they use? 11.35 trillion. It's a shame.
Now let's look at
that our refineries are not working, just like the last caller rightly put.
Truly,
because it's their responsibility.
We know even before Dangote refinery came up, we know the kind of challenges he faced and the times he screamed out in the media that there are a lot of people sabotaging him, but that's on one side. Now, if we hope that conversations, that issues pan out the way you just described it, that possibly the president comes up on the 1st of October and decides that he's going to make a new announcement, that's like returning back fuel subsidy. If I'm not mistaken.
You may not
probably
know.
To the back door or whatever.
Yes,
but that's returning subsidy.
It could be that that is the price that Dangote is going to be selling. And if it's announced that that is the price that want Nigerians to be buying fuel, that is how it will be. But that arrangement have to be between the presidency and possibly Dangote, because for NNPC they can never agree. They can never agree. For the fact that the president is the Minister of Petroleum doesn't mean that he can break the cabal within the NNPC. He is here. He's just a president elected by Nigerians. He has his tenure to spend. They will frustrate him in any means possible to see that his intention is not met.
The question I want to ask again is, what is the difference between the NNPC of then and the NNPCL of now?
The NNPCL
because there ought to have been a huge difference. This is now a private sector.
The NNPC of then was a public enterprise. But the NNPCL of today is a private entity. Are
they supposed to still wield so much power as to want to have monopoly over what Dangote is going to be bringing out of his refinery?
No, they are the ones supplying the crude to Dangote. That is how do I put it?
The crude that he refines.
The crude that he refines. They are the one providing for him. And if you leave it to NNPC, they will want to be taking our crude still abroad, refine and still buy the petrol to Nigeria, and that's where they make a lot of money from. And with that, we will not know what they are doing from behind,
or what comes.
So all this while they have been stealing from Nigerians. just thank God that Dangote is here. And now we'll be refining our oil in Nigeria, our crude in this country, through the assistance of Dangote refinery.
But in as much as a lot of Nigerians were screaming that, oh, thank God the relief is here, it still seemed like...
Dangote is not a charity, it's not running a charity organization.
Let's quickly take this.
It's not running a charity organization.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, you're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Honorable Iboko. I'm calling from Abakaliki.
All right, please.
Iboko, how is Isheke this morning?
My brother, fuel is 1,400.
Okay, reality.
That is the situation here.
It's a problem.
All right, please go ahead.
I want to thank you for the topic of today. We know, every Nigerian knows the problem of Nigeria. Every Nigerian knows the solution to Nigeria's problem. So who will bear the cat? That is where we are. It is lack of transparency in leadership and determination to do the right thing. That is what we are suffering from. We have 4 refineries in Nigeria, no one is working. For the past 15, 20 years, we have been maintaining these refineries and paying the workers. And yet, they cannot produce 1 liter of fuel. So, cabal or no cabal is instituted by people.
Of course.
If we have the right leadership today, the cabal will go. But if the cabal is among if the leader is among the cabal, then how do you expect the leader to fight himself?
Oh, that's an indictment.
Another argument to it.
The situation we find ourselves.
Okay.
As for Dangote, fine. To God be the glory. The cabal may not allow him to function. That is why we are where we are.
All right.
Don't deal with the cabal first. Then Dangote will be free and Nigerians will be free. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. There's always this issue of cabal attached to the oil sector that has caused our refineries to be stagnant in all these years. So, talking about a president like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has been known to be a man who doesn't just talk, but he walks the talk. He's a micromanager. He does a lot of all these things. But so far, so good. It may seem as though in the presidency now, assuming the position of the president, his hands are a bit tied. Why is that so?
The issue is, just like he said, is political will.
So you think he doesn't have the political will?
Most of our presidents have not exercised that power, that patriotic spirit.
But you know they always look like they have it.
The issue, what we
looking
are,
at his antecedent.
No, what is there is that cabal, the name cabal that we call in Nigeria, is a criminal entity. They are criminals. Those who constitute themselves as criminals within
faceless cabals,
within a state,
faceless and nameless.
Yes, within a state institution. They are criminals, and in a nation where democracy, where we claim to be practicing democracy. Democracy is in 2 folds across the globe. One fold is in theory. The other fold is in practice.
How is this theory?
Practical and theoretical aspect of democracy. What we have been operating in Nigeria called democracy is theory. So where democracy is being practiced in a practical way, they see democracy as part of their national identity, where every citizen sees it as part of their value system, and they protect it with all their strength. If you look at what has happened in America, this assassination attempt of Donald Trump,
yes. For the second
you see FBI, they have come up with their report. What did they do? They try as much as possible not to link it with America. Yes, the person that the suspect they arrested is an American, but he has affiliation to Ukraine. He has attachment to Ukraine, special love for Ukraine. So he sees Trump as a threat to Ukraine survivor. So if Trump should emerge as president, he will align with Russia against Ukraine. That was just his thought. Now they have taken that blame away from Democrats, from America as a whole. That image of American democracy that would have been questioned, they have taken it off. That is where democracy works. Trump, they have questioned the credibility of American election before, for the first time in American history, that a presidential candidate will question the credibility of American electoral process. Is under scrutiny presently, whether he should still benefit from the same process or not, for questioning democracy in America. That is where democracy was. But in Nigeria, what we see, the institutions that protect democracy, they are being run, managed by criminals called cabals. The police system is not working. Judiciary in shambles. Everywhere. Now, if we are to sanitize NNPC, Dangote has come to help us check the SSs of NNPC and putting them to check through accountability. We Nigerians, we can be shouting NNPC do this, NNPC do that. But that accountable leadership, are they giving it to us? They are not giving it to us. We don't have power to punish them. And the people we elect that would have done that on our behalf, they are not doing it because there's no political will. That is why we are where we are. And that's why from the beginning I said the only thing that will make us, set us free from these criminals called cabals in the NNPC is to flush them out. I went to one place this morning and I discovered the current IG. What he did, all the Department of Police, as he came on board, in fact he flushed. If you are in this place before, he will flush you, take you far from to another place, bringing new blood into the system to see how there will be change. So NNPC, majority of them that are there, they have been there since the time of their employment. It's been their generation. They can be moving them. NNPC has like 5 different departments, 5 different agencies or so. You must not be in this place for years. You remove this person from this, take this person to... See, Dangote should be allowed to serve Nigerians.
Well, I just hope that's pretty as
and
easy
president
as
should try as much as possible to work with Dangote more than the way he will work with these cabals called NNPC officials.
We hope he says something because he's the Minister of Petroleum, so we expected a response from him. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Engineer Ayo calling from Ogun State.
All right, Engineer Ayo, please go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Yeah. What I want to say is that the issue of the cabals,
yes,
they have been operating from the days of President Obasanjo. You know, Obasanjo always said that cannot have. There was a time he said I cannot have control on the petrol, that some cabals, and you see. The problem that we have in this country is that we don't hold people accountable. These cabal are not faceless. Are they faceless?
Faceless and nameless.
Yes. So we can't just be saying now when they remove the subsidy. I was expecting the government to probe these people behind this subsidy. Now they are saying the subsidy is a scam. Now, so some few, these people are just few. They cannot be holding the country at a ransom. Right? These people are very few. That we call this cabal. They are very few. Yes, they are very few, and they know them. But the problem is that they are also the one controlling the affair of the nation.
All right.
So they are untouchable. Now, if you listen to one of Tinubu's statements when he came on board, he said that the nation cannot be held ransom by majority.
By few. Yes.
So these people are few, but they are too powerful. Sincerely, they control who comes to government, they control who leaves the government. So for any government to just come on board and say we want to tackle this cabal, I think that person should just be so neutral. Now look at the Dangote issue now. When Dangote came on board, Dangote.
All right, please, I'd like you to round up your thoughts now.
they tried to squeeze Dangote until it came to terms with them. Dangote was saying the price of this product will be controlled by the Federal Executive Council.
Okay.
Can you see that? So
yes.
That means Dangote is also trying to dance to the tune of this cabal. Why will he be saying that his own price will also be controlled by the Federal?
All right, thank you very much for that contribution. He made a statement, a very salient one, when he said, the president said the country is too large for a few persons to hold it to ransom.
He is aware.
That statement carries a lot of meaning.
He is aware. The president is aware. He's another statesman. He has been here. He has been here before some of us were born. And he knows how Nigerian government is being run. And that is why when he was coming, you see, during the election time, those of them contesting election, they will say all sorts of things to enable to see that voters vote for them. He's in the position now, and he has seen those who are the cabals. He knows their names. Having that political will to deal with them now is a problem, and that is why you see anyone coming to power, they don't come with the fear to say, if I do this negatively, I will be held accountable tomorrow. Somebody will take me to jail. Somebody will come to punish me. Once you come, you will see the rot in the system who committed this criminal act, but you will cover it. So that when another person comes, they will not probe you as well. And that is the reason we are having this problem that we continue to have year in, year out. And pulling ourselves out of it is difficult, because now it's like a culture among our political elites who find their way into public office. It has become a norm. A norm. It's part of our culture now. That's why you see them killing themselves to see how they get the position. If not really, why will you be so desperate to get a public office? If the people who want to employ you, that is the voters. So vote for you and they choose you to be their leader. You go in and serve them. It's because public office in Nigeria is not a place for service. Exactly. It's a place to enrich yourself, enrich your friends.
I was about to say that usually when people go into leadership position, is to serve the people.
It's for service.
Become a servant.
Governance is about solving people's problem. Governance is about solving society problem.
Let's quickly take this one so we can move to other stories. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from. And we need you to turn down the volume of your TV set or step away from it. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. You're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Olamide.
All right.
I'm calling from Abuja here.
All right, Mr. Olamide, please go ahead.
Yes. I don't want to join the bandwagon of talking about the problem, the economic woes we have in Nigeria. So I want to quickly make an attempt to propose solutions. You see, economically, land is the foremost capital based on any trade, commerce, or business. Now, in that order, I want the National Assembly to look into the right of the use of land. So they should, I am proposing on this medium that the National Assembly or the federal government should distribute the right to the use of land to natives, since Nigeria is our native land, and citizens. Then the state, the federal, and the local government can supervise the use. There, we will have economic boom. I am saying this as a chartered commercial administrator of Nigeria. You see, when you walk around the use of land, then we will have prosperity when the right to use or to evenly distribute the use of land. So the General Obasanjo's Land Use Act in 1979 or 78, as the case may be, is the major problem here. So I don't want to go deep in that. So I propose mine. Please, we should work on that. Everything will settle itself. Thank you.
Thank you. What's your take on that? The right to the use of land.
The right to the use of land, just like he said, traditionally, that is how it was. But when we have government now, government take control of land. You are not even, traditionally you may have the land, but the total control of land is in the hand of government. Government owns land. And that's why even where you build your house in your community, you will be forced to go and get a certificate of occupancy, C of O, from government. You pay tax to government. Government knows that this portion is your own. That shows they own the entire land. And that is the sovereignty we are talking about. The entire boundary of the country below is in the hand of federal government. Federal government owns the land. The state as well supervises land within the state level on behalf of federal government. And if federal government is going to Benue State now, or Kaduna or Katsina, to acquire land, they will seek the permission of state governors before they can be given a land. And the state government will direct Commissioner for Lands and Urban Development or Lands and Survey to allocate a portion of the land to federal government for what they want to use it for. So if we can go back to that traditional way of land ownership, I think it would be good. But because of the resources in this land, federal government don't want to leave it solely in the hands
especially because it's very true, especially because of the mineral resources, which is even causing much more problems at the moment. I remember listening to Zamfara State Governor. He was saying that in his state, he doesn't even know how many miners are there. It is being controlled by the federal government. Like, people just go to the federal, get some sort of licenses, and then just come around and start mining.
My sister.
Which is not right for the chief executive officer of a state.
If we want to talk about the problem of this country, there are too many. Too many miners everywhere. Chinese people, if you go to Jos, they are there. If you go to even Benue State, they are there. There's what they call manganese. They use manganese for atomic bomb. And that China is acquiring so much security power globally today. Is the mineral resources they are tapping from Nigeria. If you go to Lagos now, China, they have their seaport where no Nigerian official, even custom, check what they take out of this country or check what they are bringing into this country. Chinese people, they have their own seaport. I have somebody who is a close friend that works in that place in Lagos. Nobody check what they take out. And this manganese, they take it from part of this northern part to Lagos. They use it for atomic bomb, manganese. They use it for atomic bomb. There are too many mineral resources in this country that they are taken away from Nigeria and not paying tax to anybody. You see them, you see the trucks, you see truckload of manganese moving from north to Lagos. No police, no custom check them. They take it direct to their seaport and they take it out. Now we have a ministry now for where is this mean? Blue economy. Blue economy. That should put a torchlight on our seaports, on our waterways. They are not doing that. There is no country in the world that can be great without your interest in your waterways. If you want, look at what is happening between China and India today, that they are having problem. It's because of these seaport waterways. Why Russia is not allowing Ukraine to go? It's because if Ukraine should go, China will not have access to water again, and their military strength will be reduced. They will not have naval power again. And now that the crisis is going on there, Ukraine, they are reaping from it. Most of the ship now moving from that zone, they are passing through Ukraine. They are passing through Turkey. They pass through Turkey, and you pay heavily before you pass through that portion of Turkey. You pay heavily. They are making huge amount of money from. But in Nigeria, the only area where our custom focus their attention on is these poor young Nigerians who are into import of vehicles. Just vehicles, nothing. Most of these things are coming. Why? See Dangote that we are talking now. Dangote is our brother in Nigeria. If you go to Dangote refinery, he has his own personal seaport. Nobody knows what is taken out of the country, and nobody knows what is bringing in.
Of course.
Our security system is too porous, and where we can even make money from, they don't look at it. Our attention is only on crude oil. Today, Nigeria, the crude oil we are struggling talking about, Nigeria, the Nigeria have gas more than oil. Gas is far more than oil.
Absolutely.
In Nigeria. It's of reason that the current administration now is even shifting attention to gas.
Yes.
Do you know how much past leaders, criminals have taken from gas alone, that they are not accounting for it to Nigerians? Nigeria has a lot of money. But when they come, they'll become talking about no money, no this one, that. So the other day, somebody was saying foreign reserve. Nigeria is the most blessed country in the world. The way God loves us. The only natural disaster in this country is a flood.
It is rather unfortunate.
The only natural disaster in this country.
So much.
When other countries they are seeing earthquake every day, hurricane and many other things.
Yes.
Nigeria is the only natural disaster. One, flood and human disaster.
Absolutely.
Human disaster, leadership disaster.
Yes.
You understand? That's the only. See, the way God, but by the grace of God, time is coming that good Nigerians will rise and take over the country and make it better for the younger ones coming up.
We're a religious society, so we'll keep praying. so let's move on and shift our attention to something a bit political. There's what's going on between Bauchi State Governor and the FCT Minister. What's this I'll quench your fire, I'll set you on fire drama that's going on between them? Could you just help us make sense of it?
It's political. You know, in Nigeria is the only country where after election, instead of you to face governance, what they face is campaign for another election year. Is campaign for 2027 that they are struggling for. Both Wike and the Bauchi State Governor, they are struggling and fighting for who become the candidate of PDP presidential election in 2027. Bauchi State Governor is nurturing ambition to contest for president. And Wike, who is from the south as well, that is his original right to contest because we have this understanding of a rotational presidency.
Yes.
Now is the turn of the south. And it's only the south originally that is qualified to complete the 8 years. Because when President Yar'Adua, of his blessed memory, when he died, Jonathan took over. He succeeded by winning the 2011 election. He succeeded, that is, he spent 6 years. But the North said that they have not completed their 8 years of Yar'Adua. And that's why you see they forced the power out of Jonathan in 2015. And it went because of his attitude again towards management. He's a very nice man, but he was not in charge of Nigeria. He was not in charge, and that is why you see Nigerians revolted against that. Not revolting against him, but they revolted against people that are serving him. If you talk to some people, they don't even care whether you are a human being. They don't take advice from anybody. So that was why Nigerians revolted in 2015 and shifted power again back to North. President Tinubu Buhari came and he spent his 8 years. Now purely and sincerely, it should be for the South. So and that is the fight that Wike is fighting till tomorrow. He fought it during the 2012 primary election, and when he slipped, the whole thing slipped out of his hand. He said he will never support another candidate under the party. And that was his stand. He was fighting for his
but
zone.
you know, in this 2027 race now, we know that some persons are beginning to come up and try to team. We have the likes of Atiku, we have the likes of Obi, we have the likes of
Obi is partially PDP and partially out of PDP. But people also accuse Wike too of being partially PDP and partially being out of PDP. Obi has moved out of PDP, but he is partially PDP, and that is why you see the romance between him and Atiku. Yes. Atiku, if Atiku had allowed Obi to contest the primary in PDP, it would have been South contesting the election with themselves. Of course. Then possibly either Wike win or Obi wins, and it would have been better. But the injection of Atiku into the primary again disorganized everybody, and that was what made Obi to pull out. And he pulled out. Today he's romancing with Atiku. And Wike is still having the intention to contest for president. Bauchi State Governor is having the intention to contest for president. Atiku is saying that 2027 is too far, but he's nurturing ambition to contest for president. So all of them, they are struggling to see who control the soul of PDP. And that is why you see PDP is dying every day. PDP is dying. This one will say, I will kill the party. This one will say, I will rescue the party. So that is what is happening between them.
I know the BOT met with Wike behind closed doors. I wonder what they discussed. PDP, BOT.
Presently, PDP, BOT, the Wike control them. Yes, Wike controls them, and maybe what they have gone to meet with him for, because there was an allegation against Wike for anti-party activities, and they forwarded it to disciplinary committee to invest. Possibly that could be one of those things that went to discuss with him, and again to see how they will rescue the soul of the party from the people they think are not doing the needful for the party to survive. So if you see Wike talking, you see that he has passion for the party. He has been the one sponsoring, paying even their salary at the national secretariat. PDP have no income again from anywhere. So it's some of these people that paid their salaries. So now, right now, as it is, they are struggling for 2027 instead of facing governance, and I will advise that they should face governance. Yes, Wike is trying his best in FCT. Bauchi State Governor as well is trying his best in Bauchi State, but they should face squarely governance for now and allow politics to wait for its time. I
hope that they truly do. Let's quickly take this call before I proceed to my next question. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome to the press. All right, Mazi, please go ahead. You have just 60 seconds, sir.
No problem. Now, my issue is this,
yes.
The Lagos State school fees. Look, like I tell people, education is one of the pillars of democracy, which the father and mother must give to their children. Government, whether local government or state, must give to their children. How can a state school that was collecting 30,000 naira before is now collecting 100 and something thousand naira per term? Where did they want? What is the essence of telling all that the basic education from primary to junior secondary school that is free, and government is going to collect on it? Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. I'm talking on Lagos State government to go back and do the needful now or never, because parents will say that you see how transportation is affecting the school system. Government Dangote telling us the fuel system, and northern state fuel price is different, western state is different, south is different, south is different, south is different, south to Imus is different. Good morning, Master Crawford from Good morning.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. The hardship is everywhere. I saw that news about the hiking price for boarding fees in Lagos State, and the governor came out to say there is not going to be any sort of reversal. And people are wondering, oh, because you increase minimum wage now, everybody's going to suffer. No,
it's not like that. It's not like that. In one way, you can blame the governor. In another way, you can't blame the governor.
Sure.
The governor, they have Lagos State University have budgets from the state government, and everything has gone up.
So they must.
What they are giving to them before will not serve them anymore.
Absolutely.
And they must have asked them to look inward internally and see how they can generate revenue. Now, electric supply, power supply to Lagos State University, if you check it, it will be so high. The tariff alone can even consume the entire budget of the year. They buy toiletries, and they buy new papers, they buy many things. So increase of school fees. State government is subsidizing it through budget system, but they cannot bear the entire burden. Absolutely. And that is why the increment has come. So I think they should bear with the state government. All through my life, from primary, secondary, even university, is through public school.
Of course.
I feel what the poor masses are feeling too, and I am feeling it so strongly because, like he said, public schools in Nigeria, like they call it yes now, basic education. Basically, basic education is dead in the country. And if you don't have the school system now in Nigeria is meant for the house. If you don't have money, you don't send your children to school. Even public schools, like there's a primary school within Abuja here, public primary school, that if you are taking your words to the place, they will ask you to pay 5,000 naira for the ream of a paper. And as you pay this 5,000 naira, they will go to one office, bring the paper to you, and you submit to another person for record purpose that you have bought this. The particular one you paid for, as you go out, they will return it back to the office where they brought it to give you. That is one. More than 500 people will pay for one ream of paper. Where is the money? They are doing all of this to see how they will devise a way of generating income to run the school. And maybe the money that UBEC, Universal Basic Education, is voting to the primary schools is not even getting to them. Because there are still some cabals there, criminals there, who will not allocate these resources to these primary schools at the local rural areas.
Honestly, I wish we could talk more on this, but we just have a minute more, and I want you to make your prediction for Edo State elections. It's 3 days away from today. I just want you to make your prediction in a minute. What do you see, or how do you think the elections will pan out?
Edo State election it will be very tough. Very tough in the sense that the sitting government, let's say PDP, they have their ground, and APC have their ground. These two political parties, I think one of them will win, but it will be a battle that no one can predict immediately.
So what about
the battle that no one can predict
the party that carries the Mama, Papa, and Pekin, the Labour Party that people
Labour Party, what I have seen them doing. Well, what I've seen them do as a grassroots person, I don't think they have done so much that will make them to compete with PDP or APC, because all their campaign is media, television. How many of these
people really come out to vote? How
many of the rural communities, how many of the rural people, rural voters are watching television? They don't watch television. They should go to the rural communities and carry out their campaigns. They are not reaching out to the rural electorate, rural voters. That is their problem. But PDP, they are on ground. They have been taking different projects. The governor, he has commissioners from all the local government. He has special advisors who want to still remain in power. And they are synergizing with the incoming the candidate of PDP to see how he will win the election for them to still maintain their positions.
Totally
and APC too, they have national power, and they have senators or senators here within the state, and some other federal government appointees who would want to have control of that state.
Basically a battle between these two parties.
The fight is between PDP and APC. But to predict which political party will win presently, now as it is difficult.
All right, thank you very much for your time today, Richard Oriri. It's always interesting to have you on the show. Thank you so much. All right, viewers, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. We saw your calls, and I'm so sorry we couldn't take the others. We'll take them again tomorrow. I am Olamide, Alhassan, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.